Sitting below the Darling Causeway, in a quiet fold of the Gross Valley, lie the fading remains of a once bustling coal mine. This is the Canyon Colliery, once a place of noise and industry, now almost swallowed by the bush. The beginning of the 1860s in the Blue Mountains kicked off an industry, and love it or hate it, it's one that helped shape what the towns in this region are today. Rich seams of turbonite, or oil shale, were discovered around Hartley Vale, and before long things got cracking on extracting it. Around the same time, the so-called father of Koombanda, John Briddy North, also pioneered coal and shale mining in the Jamison Valley. The industry was a pivotal economic driver that played a major role in the Blue Mountains' economy and development for almost 150 years. It helped transform the region. Today, with only a handful of operations still active in the Lithgow region, the industry is slowly winding down. Many old mining operations and relics now sit in the bush. They've done their job, and nature is slowly restoring the sites to how they once were. Here we are over the upper Gross Valley. From up here, it's all wilderness, untouched, untamed. But shift your perspective, and traces begin to emerge. A cutting that sweeps off the main rail line. It was here Hartley Main No. 4 Colliery had its own rail access and electrified rail siding. Not much left at that siding now, but it's obvious where it likely was. Anyone visiting the site does so via the access road. It's the easiest way, but today, in the quiet of a mist-laden morning, I followed the old rail cutting itself. The tracks are long gone, lifted and reused elsewhere. There's nothing really left here. Now, it's little more than a scar softened by grasses and trees, and whatever this may be. When it comes to mines in the Blue Mountains, the site we're visiting here was a relative newcomer. It wasn't all that long ago that trains pulled in here to fill up on coal. It was November 1953 when Hartley Brightburn Coal Limited acquired this site, prepping it for an operation that'd last barely 45 years. Not that they were the owners all that time. Wandering down the track road reveals more of the operation. Scatterings of coal crunch underfoot, remnants of drainage, and pieces of discarded metal. Gradually descending into the gully brings you to this barrier, and things begin to feel much more remote, much quieter with cliffs rising overhead. Then the first obstacle, a landslip. A knotted rope hangs in place just as it did when I was here 5 years ago. It's a reminder, this place is no longer maintained. A little further along and there's another landslip. This one you can just step past. We're almost at the main operation. Plenty of fallen trees litter the former access road. You can almost visualise the haul trucks using it, laden with coal and carrying it to the rail siding on the ridge above. Something tells me it wouldn't have been as peaceful here late last century. The location is quite something. Tucked away beneath Darling Causeway at Koombanda Brook, the creek we're crossing now, the operation in front of us. You can see the engineering, a reinforced creek bank and a sealed bed. After heavy rain, creeks like this become torrents in no time. This would never have been an easy place to work. For a decade, Hartley Main No. 4 operated here before passing to Austin and Buddha Limited. These guys also had a few other mining ventures in their books, including Yellow Rock, Russellvale and Avon in the Illawarra, and Invincible at Cullen-Bullen. This one here in the mountains they renamed Gross Valley Colliery, a fully underground board and pillar operation producing 750,000 tonnes annually. Not a large-scale operation by any means, and it was considered low recovery due to cliff barriers to protect the Western Railway up on the Darling Causeway. Mining continued until 1987, when coal took a downturn, also when the leases reached the boundary of Blue Mountains National Park. In 1988, the mine changed hands again, reopening as Canyon Colliery. From what I can gather, it was Coalpack that took ownership of it, continuing to work the mine until it closed permanently in 1997. Not a lot remains of the operation after much of the site was rehabilitated after closure. The access road is slipping and sinking in places and becoming overgrown. Building foundations, retaining walls and other workings are still visible. It's now easy to miss the egress and fan adits, all permanently sealed in April 1997, leaving the underground world in tombs. That said, it's still an interesting place to explore. 30 years on and it barely resembles what it once was. Machinery and rail facilities are gone, but not everything is healed. It was reported in 2008 that zinc and nickel contaminated water was pouring from a sluice connected to the old coal mine, leaching into nearby Dalpura Creek and feeding straight into the Gross River. Levels of pollution will diminish over time, but there's still a long way to go. Koombanda Brook Gorge is a stunning place, especially when you look past what remains of the mine operation. It reveals another face, one untouched by industry. Just meters away upstream, you find yourself in pristine rainforest. Clear, trickling water in a vignette of ferns and mossy rocks and boulders. For anyone feeling adventurous, you can walk upstream and follow Kamara Gully to a magical little spot. There's barely a track to follow, so it's bush bashing and clambering up and down rocks and over numerous fallen trees much of the way. It can be a tough one, but the reward is quite something. A dark and utterly beautiful green labyrinth. This walk is not for the inexperienced or faint-hearted, and if it's raining, don't attempt it. Flash flooding can happen in these tight canyons. Koombanda Brook Gorge is the perfect place to appreciate what makes this region so special. A reminder that places like this sit in quiet contradiction. Where industry once carved into the earth, nature now stitches it back together.